Hello and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about retirement income in real estate. How do you generate it? Some retirement income strategies, some things that we have to think about as we are trying to make sure that you have enough money to retire, and how you can use real estate as the absolutely best way to generate retirement income. I don't care what all the financial planners and financial brokers who are typically broke tell you. The best way to generate retirement income is through real estate. The best way to grow your retirement savings is through real estate, whether that's a savings account, whether it's a 401k, an IRA, a self-directed IRA, solo 401ks. All of these different things can be grown safer in real estate with the help of real estate. And you don't have to use your funds. You don't have to spend your funds in retirement. Your funds can be preserved. So you don't have to lose anything. They can keep up with inflation, and they can generate retirement income. So don't listen to people who tell you you can't. You absolutely can. It's a proven strategy that a lot of people have been using, and I am here to teach you how to do it. So let me kind of, I have my computer, I have my camera above my computer here, so that I can kind of show you. I'm not just going to tell you and talk about it. Okay, I'm going to show you. So I may not be the best, most entertaining person on YouTube. However, I have helped a lot of people generate income from retirement, from real estate for retirement, and I can do the same thing for you. And very easily, what we could do here is, if you have, let's say, 100,000, I always use round numbers, have $100,000 in your retirement account, we can take that money and we can buy real estate assets with that. And these assets, whether it's a house, whether it's a restaurant, I've purchased restaurants like that, and mobile home parks, storage facilities, multifamily, I mean, you name it, you can do from your retirement account or your savings accounts. So you can use your retirement savings, put them into an asset like real estate that is paying you back. And it pays you back. It makes you money in your sleep. It makes you passive income, which is an actual term in the tax code. A lot of people say nothing is passive. We're not talking about effort. We're talking about what the tax code defines as passive income. And with real estate, it's the best way to generate passive income, because you do it based on someone else's efforts. So you send your money into real estate, a real estate project, and then other people do the activity that generates money, and they pay you with that. So tenants do that. If you work with people like flippers or wholesalers, you can put in a little bit of money with them. They do the activity, give you your money back, and you generate an income based on that. So there's multiple ways. What I also do all the time, where I personally put my money, like when I make a profit, what I do is I buy tax liens. And me and my friends, we have put in millions of dollars in tax liens, and it's super easy to preserve your capital. The tax lien is the highest of all liens in real estate. It has to get paid first. The trick with anything is that you need to make sure that your money is safe, and so when we buy tax liens, they're low LTVs, loan to value, so that if the economy crashes and collapses, the real estate would have to lose value of up to 90% before our tax lien gets diluted, right? So that's not going to happen. I don't think anywhere. I mean, I'm not a a futurist or anything like that, but you go to the Middle East, and there's a lot of property that it's still worth a lot of money, that has been worth a lot of money for thousands of years already. So I get it that some of that land isn't, and it's vacant now and stuff like that. But for the majority of civilization, we have known and understood that real estate is the oldest, safest type of investment. And the first ones to get paid is not the bank, but it's the county. So we are pretty much lending money to the county. Well, maybe I shouldn't use the word lending. We are allowing, we're paying through the county someone else's taxes, and they have no choice but to repay us with interest. And if they don't repay with interest, then the house gets sold, and then the investor or whomever buys it, they pay us back our money plus the interest and fees and so forth. So, and we're the first ones. That transaction cannot happen unless we get paid first, and the bank will get paid second if there's anything left, and then every other lien is junior to the tax lien. So that's a fantastic way to generate income in real estate, but much better than the stock market. So if you want to get involved with that, you let me know. We constantly are buying tax liens and tax deeds. We don't need to call those, so I don't put them here on my channel because there's no conversations going on. It's very simple. We go to the county, we buy them, we secure, we preserve our capital through tax liens, and then a year or two or whatnot, we do the same thing. We're constantly buying these just to secure our capital and to grow our retirement portfolio, our retirement net worth. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Another way, so I'm giving you, if you haven't noticed, I'm giving you multiple ways, multiple strategies to generate retirement income and to preserve your capital. Another fantastic way to do that is to actually buy with a partner a piece of real estate, and we can be your partner as well on that. We can buy a property that we can turn into a short-term rental, or we can we can rent that out to a family or a corporation. And it's not just houses. We do this also in commercial real estate, etc. We don't do a ton of wholesaling, but we do wholesale anything we can, close ourselves because of, let's say, we don't like the area, and we don't like the market, it's declining or something like that. So we will go ahead and wholesale it and let a flipper make some good money on that. And you can partner with that flipper, and you can get returns on the flip. So you can get returns on your money passively via tax liens, via tax deeds, via rentals, short-term, long, national, etc. So rentals, via flips. So if you don't want to flip, you don't have to. You can just partner with a flipper, and that flipper and you make a partnership. And that flipper is going to work. He's the expert, has the tools, has the crews to go and flip a house, and then you're just making passive income on those flips. You can do the same thing with wholesalers. You can partner with wholesalers, and they will put your money to work, etc. And then you can partner with us. We do all of that, but we primarily focus on buying a property and keeping it for at least, I would say 10 years, bare minimum, because we need to take advantage of the tax code. The only reason we would sell a property is because we found something better, and so we want to deploy that capital somewhere else. But those are the ways that, some of the ways, I mean, there's a lot more. There are, you could even do earnest money deposits, where you kind of like act as a bank to allow somebody to come in and purchase a property. Typically, when you negotiate with a seller, and then you put the property into escrow to go ahead and close it, what happens is you have to put in the contract, and then you have to put in your security deposit. And those are typically anywhere from $100. This is fantastic. It's $100 all the way up to, if it's a house, I'm talking residential. So if it's a house or land, you can put in the contract, send it to escrow, and then you send in a secured deposit. So what you can do to test the waters, and you can do this with us, or find a local investor in your town that you can shake their hand and you can say, hey, look, I want to put a little bit of money to work with you. So how about I give you, and most of them, I don't know if most of them will understand, but if you explain it, they will, because they don't do that. They have their own, earnest money deposits and stuff like that. So they're not typically looking for that unless they're trying to really scale really, really far, really high. So they will have a need then for a lot of different multiple deposits. And so let's just take the example of one. So a property can be put into escrow, send in the contract, then you put in a security deposit, which is anywhere from 100 to, let's say, $5, $6, $7, $10,000 for a residential house, right? And so what you can do is you can go to one of these people, one of these investors, like a flipper and like a wholesaler, and say, hey, look, how about I give you, next time you need, let's say, $500 for a secured deposit, let me know. And that money is directly sent to the title company, the escrow, right? The real estate attorney, the one that's going to close the transaction. What you can do is wire that to the attorney. If the transaction does not go through, you get your money back. But most of the time, these types of transactions do go through. And within they close within 90 days, on average. So within 90 days, when it closes, guess what? You make a return on that money. And if you just do that, so you got that money back within 90 days. And so it went from, let's say 500 to, 550. And I just made $50 on that 500. Alternatively, if it was $5,000, you made 500. If it was 50,000, you made $5,000 on that. And so that's how you can develop a relationship with somebody local. And you can do that. We do that. We did that a lot, a few years back. Right now, we don't really have a need to do that because we're not flipping a lot. We're not wholesaling a lot. But when we do, if you want us to try it out with you, you let me know. But I just recommend you go to somebody local, somebody that you can see face to face, or you can go to a title company and say, hey, do you know anybody that's looking for earnest money deposits, to close their transactions? And they might tell you, I've got one referral like that from a title company. They're not supposed to be, connecting their clients with one another, but a lot of people do. So clear it with them. I'm not an expert on that, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a guy who has been implementing a lot of strategies for retirement, and I've been working on my retirement for a very long time. But welcome to this video. This is week number 20, day number 4, and we are talking about how to implement strategies. And if you haven't done so, like and share this video, subscribe to the channel. We always talk about this, and we're always constantly exploring ideas, how to invest for retirement, how to generate retirement income from real estate. That's all we do here, retirement income for real estate. So subscribe. I recommend it highly, 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 highly. Not because I'm very smart, but because I'm surrounded by people who are way smarter than me. I'm talking way. I graduated late from high school. I was last in my class. I always saw the, honors people over there. And It always made me jealous, and I always try to figure out how come they were so smart. So I'm not smart at all. But what I wanted to master since I was a kid, really, I was a kid when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I wanted from that time to start working towards building my family office. And if you don't know what that means, I recommend you research it. But I wanted to do a family office. And I've been working towards that for a long time. Not there yet, but I'm on my way. But what I wanted to do for sure was to learn how to make money for my retirement. I've always had that in me. I don't know who put it in there, but I've always thought about that. So that's what I'm doing. So what I decided to do was focus on two aspects. I have a degree in marketing, but I wanted to focus all of those skills that I thought I had and what I was good at, what I enjoyed. I wanted to put all my efforts into real estate and generate income for my retirement through real estate. Not that I won't do anything else, but 99.9% of all my efforts are dedicated towards real estate, generating income for my clients, my friends, my family, my network, my peers, and for myself. And I learned that if we do that together, it's a lot better, which is why I started this channel, because I think you and I can do that much, much better, much faster. I can help you find these deals. I can sell you some of these discounted deals, which are typically 10% discount, 20% discount, 30% discount below retail value. So if you went to a real estate agent, they would probably have a hard time finding you consistent deals like that. They would search through the MLS or whatever, and then they would see that there's no deals on the MLS like that. So what we need to do is get off-market discounted deals. Off-market discounted motivated sellers is what we do. So what I do in order to do that is I do a ton of marketing. That's where my degree comes in. And I go and generate or send out messages, either, online or offline, phone, text, all of that stuff. I mean, there's like 100+ different ways that we reach out to potential sellers, and then we simply ask them if they want to sell their property at a discount or on payments. And when somebody, gives us a discount, then we can pay cash. And then when somebody gives us payments, then we can give them what they want. We can give them retail or close to retail, but because it's on payments. And then what we do is it's not our payments that we make, is the tenant. And it can be mom and pop short-term rentals, national tenant in that building. And they're the ones that are paying down our seller. So when we ask the seller, give us payments, our tenant is the one that pays. And that's how we generate income and how we pay down the debt. Yeah, there's other expenses like insurance and taxes and all that kind of stuff. And the rent that we collect should cover everything and leave us, after everything is paid, including property management, including, everything, saving for a potential disaster. So we put that in a savings account. From the rent that comes in, it goes into its own savings account just for potential disaster, like insurance, right? Our own insurance. And after all of that is paid, then what we do is whatever is left over is called our cash flow, right? And so what we're going for is cash flow first. That's why the name of my channel is Cash Flow First. That's all we look for. We want to make sure that property, whether we bought it below retail for, all cash, or the seller allows us to make payments at the end of the day, after we put a tenant and subtract all the expenses, what's left over is what we want. That's what we're after. But the main thing is to make sure that we take advantage of everything, all the benefits, including the tax benefits and everything else that comes with owning real estate. And that's how you grow in your income in retirement, is to look for cash flow opportunities, look for passive income, look for income that comes in without you having to work, without you having to do anything. Instead of the broker getting all these fees, and they pay you, let's say, an average of 3 to 4% is what they do. They put you in Vanguard stocks and REITs and all this kind of stuff. They make the financial decision. You can do that. And your money is secured by real estate. Let me even take it further. Your money is not secured by real estate technically, so, well, technically it is, but the real asset is the tenant that is paying the rent every single month. That's the asset. That's who makes the payments. That's who pays that money into your retirement, is to get those tenants. That's the most valuable asset we have, is the tenants. So with that being said, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you now how we go and we find these opportunities every day. It's the same thing. We do the same thing every single day. And there are new opportunities every day. So we're going to make phone calls, and we are going to talk to potential sellers that might sell us their property at a discount, 20%, hopefully, or more. But 10% in some cases is good if it cash flows. Sometimes we will buy it at retail, all cash, cash you out if it's cash flowing, right? But typically we want at least a 10%, 20, 30% discount, right? Or we want to take it on payments. And when we take things on payments, the down payment that we give that seller, you can take that from your retirement account, right? And now we just took $100,000, and if it is 10%, we just bought $1 million. When you invest $100,000 in stocks, you get $100,000. The value of it is $100,000, and you better hope that it doesn't lose that value. But when you spend $100,000 as a down payment in real estate, what happens is that you own an asset at least 5 times its value. At least. You shouldn't do less than that. But in most cases, they allow us to make 10% down payment, and then payments every month. And so we can easily, with let's say $10,000, we can buy an asset worth $100,000. And with let's say $30,000, we can buy an asset worth $300,000, which is about the median home price that I come across. So let's do it. If you like to see how we make and generate these opportunities, stick around, but give me a like. I would appreciate that very much. So let's get started and make some phone calls. Okay, so here we have, I'm logging into my system where I house all of the potential opportunities. Then I have to call them, right? I have to call them every single day, just to kind of follow up with them. And this property here, and sometimes they sell. So what I have to do is I have to verify before I call somebody that it hasn't sold, so that I don't waste my time. Okay, here we have one here, Cape Coral. It looks like a brand new house. So I bet you it used to be a lot, an empty lot. Let's see here. I bet you it's sold. Yeah, it's sold. Okay, no big deal. We have the key here is to generate these opportunities all the time. So another that's sold. Okay. Ton of them that sold. Okay. So now we are working, we're always checking on our properties to make sure that we are always getting deals in and opportunities for us and our partners. And I want you to be one of our partners. That's the purpose of this video, is to make money together. So go ahead and give me a shout. So we got somebody here.
Please leave your message.
Nothing. Let's move on to the next. This one sold as well. Okay. Does not look like it's sold. This one is in Minnesota. So by the way, we do this nationwide. So regardless where you are, you can probably do something. Hey, good morning, Mohammed. How's it going? This is Ben.
Good.
Ben, you spoke to my assistant, and I was calling to see if you're still wanting to move forward and selling Pine Oak Drive.
No, I don't think I talked to that person. I don't know who actually she talked to. However, that is not for sale. And I appreciate it. You know, she would just kind of restrict the time as well.
Okay. So you have no plans on selling that property?
Absolutely no. I have a long-term tenant that lives there.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really not anything soon, you know. Things do change overnight. We know that for sure. But for now, absolutely no. It's not even in the to-do list in the near future.
It sounds like it's a fantastic investment property for you, and you're generating really nice income.
Yep, I am. It pretty much pays my other mortgage, so I guess now really.
Yep, that's what it's about.
I'll not rush into it.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll tell you what, I'll follow up with you, you know, in the future. Like you said, things might change. But for now, I'll just mark you as not interested in selling at the moment.
So Dan, if, you know, how do you get this information is my question, you know, and just for curiosity, you know, is there a public record that I am not aware of that's out there that shows?
I think, I think what we do is we find information about landlords through the county record. And then what we do is we just kind of, there are systems already out there that allow you to find somebody's phone number and that type of stuff. And what we do is we just place a friendly call saying, hey, you know, if you're thinking about selling, we might be able to do something. And I think that's how you popped up in our system.
Okay. But then how would you know if this is actually the person that owns the house? I mean, if someone calls you the house that you leave and say, you wanted to sell it, you're going to say, what the heck am I going? I mean, how does the system know that I live at a different property? Or I guess the tax statement to show is a different address.
Yeah, the taxes. So the taxes, for example, you have Pine Oak. The taxes will show what the mailing address is, so where the tax bill is going to. And so we already know, because we do this, we're professionals at this. And what we do yeah, what we do is we just take the mailing address rather than the rental address, right? So we take the mailing address and then we see who owns that, and we know that was, in this case, that was you. So yeah, it's yeah, and so we are able to see, like, if somebody has, like, say, a portfolio of 100 properties or something like that. Most of those addresses are going to have one common mailing address, and so we, instead of calling the 100, we'll just call the one where the tax bill is going to.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. You know, sometimes when I get the phone calls, I'm like shocked. Who's really, you know? And I know the county, that's a public record, obviously. But it never comes to me like, you know, this is how they backtrack you, you know. But now it makes sense. So obviously,
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Yeah, like you said, you know, you can save my number in the future. You can text me. Hey, Dan, we spoke back in January of 2023. Still the same guy, the same attitude towards that property.
Yeah.
Anything changes, I'd be more than happy to share with that information.
I appreciate that. And listen, I wanted to ask you, do you actively buy other properties?
Not really in a residential. I am looking for some commercial ones, you know. So I might end up getting another one in Bloomington. There's a building that I own that I rent that property as well. So that's one thing that I'm kind of just waiting the owner to say, hey, you can buy it from me now. But not really. That was just the first, you know, home. Obviously, first time home buyers, you know, the hoops and all the rough road that you have to take it. But then after a while, I decided it was just too small. And then I got what I have right now. But then I decided to just rent it instead of pretty much, you know, selling it back. You know, so like I said, it pays my mortgage, it pays its own expenses, and I'll keep it as much as I can that way.
Yeah, no, and there's nothing wrong with that. I admire that a lot. As far as the commercial, we do commercial a lot as well. What kind of properties in commercial do you typically look for?
So if you know, ideally, this is designed, you know, education property, that would be fantastic. The size-wise has to be over at least, I would say, 45 to 50 square feet, or you know, or more.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
And then I also wanted the south of the metro, which is Richfield, Bloomington, you know, Burnsville, what do you call it? Apple Valley, to Lakeville, to Rosemount, Farmington, not Farmington, Rosemount, you know, that's the cutoff.
Yeah.
And Egan as well, obviously, you know. So that's the size matters, you know. So you know, when I said 250,000 or up, I don't want a 200,000 square foot. I won't be able to afford that. But anything in that range, you know, or you know, up to 80,000 up to 75,000 square feet, something like that, you know, probably will be ideal. Is what the target is. Yeah,
for sure. Okay.
Or if this was designed as just an office occupancy, and is there like if the what do you call it? The usage code is mixed, and we can convert that one as well. And also, there are buildings that you cannot really make an education. You know, they're still in the center of a commercial, you know, territory. But yeah, mixed use / education is my target.
Yeah. So if I were to find you some daycare centers, would that also work for you?
Well, the daycare center depends. Sometimes some of the daycare centers, what you're gonna find out is you can use it that, you know, just part of the population. When I wanted for education or like in school, I wanted like a school where we can have it either elementary school or let's say or second or high school, something like that. Some of those daycares will not even have proper facility in terms of the muscle area or because if you want to convert to the school or something like that, yeah. If you want to, so it all depends. It all depends the city they're located. And like I said, what is the code they have? Like is it mixed use? Is it still just if it's just education? There's room to expand. Yeah, there's a potential that renovation / expansion and all that can be done.
I know of a place, but this one is in Jacksonville, in Florida, and I only know about it because it's my local area. But I know of a place that it's a former school, and it's available. It's not on the market or anything like that, but it has been empty for a while. So
what city is it? Jacksonville?
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a fantastic market. Jacksonville, Florida is the fastest growing city in the country.
What size is that building?
I am not sure. That I'm not sure of. So I was gonna suggest maybe I can find out the size of it and come back to you about it.
Yeah. Good. You can just shoot me a text message, then I'll call you back. And then, and this number looks like a 612 local number.
Right. Yes, sir.
Are you in the 612 area, or are you still in Florida?
It's right now I'm in Florida, but I was in the military, so I used to move a lot. I was in the Navy. I used to move a lot, and so whenever I move, I got a local number, and then I just keep it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, how did you decide to come up in the real estate market? Being a military, that's interesting, combination.
Yeah. I've always the reason why is I started with my uncle. My uncle in 1998. I was just a kid back then, and he taught me about tax liens. And how you could back then you don't have the internet, and you could pay somebody's taxes, and you would end up with a house. So he taught me that system, and then he said, well, but if you also want to just secure your money, so you have a pile of cash somewhere that you want to grow, you just buy a tax lien, and then the county pays you interest, and so I do both. I started with tax liens and tax deeds, but I always had the itch to go into the military, and so I decided to go. I got a degree because I got a GI Bill, and so I just merged everything. But my love has always been real estate.
Yeah, if the real estate, if you get the concept how it works out, you don't do anything else. You get the most freedom anybody can have it, and then you still be able to make your living.
That's right. Absolutely. That's right. Yeah. Real estate, you get all the freedom.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody, people want to invest in, for their retirement, using the stock market and stuff. And there's some benefit to doing that. I don't disagree. But I think that the best way, in my personal biased opinion, is through real estate. It's to me, it's the ultimate.
I agree that. Especially for the last 10 years, the marketplace, stock market, how is behaving, and obviously, after 2008 and 2009, yes, things were a little bit tied up, but still, you reach yesterday and you woke up this morning, and you just, you lost 27% of the fortune. That's just a nightmare, So. Yeah. It's really hard. Yes, real estate, and everything goes down. But if you keep it, the renter is there.
That's right.
You have nothing to worry about.
That's right. The renter is steady, and rent goes up.
Rent goes up, yeah, somewhere 3 to 5% every year. So it's money, and that's how at the most what you can gain in the stock market. So, unless you start at age 12, 13, 14 years old, and then you were able to just put it, few thousands or a few $100s every month, and then till like 63. Well, then, that's 1 point some. That's, I think, what the calculation is like. So no, I'm with you. Real estate, my retirement.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
I can't trust the Manhattan street guys to manage my money.
They take their fees. They take their fees, and they take their they take the cream off the top. You know what I mean? And they leave you with the leftovers. We can't do that. Real estate makes you the you control it. You control the investment. And if you find something better, like in your case, like how you're doing it, then you can always move from a lower performing, I'm not saying non-performing, but a lower performing asset. You can always do a 1031 exchange and then exchange it for a better performing asset. And you can just keep doing that. It's like Monopoly.
No, absolutely. That house that you called for it, what I paid for it when I got it, and for the last 5 years, it's been rented property. It paid almost a time and a half, and I lived there for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
I mean, what else can you ask?
Yeah, and you get all the tax benefits on top of it all.
Oh, I don't get the tax benefits. You get the tax benefits if your income falls a certain level. So when your income falls to the category, I cannot claim. You can depreciate the property,
right?
But the taxes and all that, there's nothing, And if you do like a minor change, you're allowed to write off that, but nothing else. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that come into play when you do real estate. You look at different profit centers. That's what I call them, different profit centers. Some are not as good as others, but you get a lot of them, especially when you are. This is all you do. You find different things to do, And then the other thing that I love is if you invest, let's say $100,000 into the stock market, you get $100,000 worth of stock minus the brokerage houses fees and all this kind of stuff. But if you put down $100,000 into a commercial building like you're talking about, then that is just a down payment, and the rest of the debt can be put, through a bank or something, and then the tenant is paying down the debt. So with $100,000, you can leverage that real estate, and now you pretty much would have anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million worth of real estate with the same $100,000. You can't do that with the stocks. Nobody will give you a loan to go buy stocks.
Oh no, absolutely. You got that right. Absolutely. You nailed that. Yeah. No. Well, I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Your time in education and sharing that information. But thank you.
You got it.
You can save my number and just, like I said, shoot me a quick text message, and then we can chat later. But it's been but as far as I predicted now,
Sure.
It's just now. Yeah. So thank you, though.
You got it, Mohammed. I will find out about that school. I'll shoot you a text, and we'll see what we can do. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. There you have it. Everybody agrees real estate is the ultimate. This is not, we couldn't find an opportunity for us to get the real estate, but we may have found something. I do have this school that for years I've been looking at it. He may be interested in it. He may, I've never done a school like what he described. So I may learn something there. So I am not the guru or the expert of this channel. Is the opportunities that we get like this, like these conversations and stuff. That's why I love real estate, because you connect with a bunch of different, like, smart people. I mean, I'm like, whoa, how is that guy so smart? And you just understand investing and understand money at a much higher level. All you got to do is just take action and start learning and start saving for retirement in a much more efficient, safe way. So we can connect with him. He's an experienced investor, and we can potentially do deals with him. So I am going to send him a message right now, put the notes in the CRM. So he is a commercial investor and is looking for education mixed use buildings. Sounds like he has some liquidity, so he might be interested in some of our projects as well. Okay. So now I will put him in my CRM, and I will put him into like a follow-up sequence automatically. Just check with him without me having to make calls to him. So I will come in here, put him in a sequence here. It's going to take me just a couple minutes to do. Bear with me here. Okay. So I just created a little bit of a sequence here on my CRM. So I will add him on here to follow up automatically with him. And I will copy his info right here and create a new record here, just so that we can go ahead and stay in touch with him. Contact made. Open. Okay. Name it. Potential buyer. Okay, so there he is. And now he is set in our, let me just put the notes over here. Okay. And so now that's how we generated this opportunity. So there you have it. And that happens a lot. You know, we speak to like really high level people who are experienced in real estate. They're older than we are, but they have a ton of wisdom, a ton of experience, a ton of knowledge to share with us. and you guys can see it, you know, day to day. I'm not the expert of this channel. I am not a guru. I'm none of those things. I am just a guy who's out there hustling and making sure that I'm making money for my retirement. I'm not going to trust a broker to tell me what to do. I'm not going to trust any of these brokerage houses. I'm not going to trust a financial advisor to tell me what to do. Now, I work with them, you know, so that we can do deals together. I'll work with anybody. I have no prejudice, you know, against anybody. I'll work with anybody as long as our common goal is to go and work towards making retirement income, just like you heard Muhammad say, you know. And I have no, you know, any type of qualms about working with somebody because I don't like them. I like anybody that aligns with the purpose of, let's see how we can work together, make a deal work so that we can both generate income towards retirement. That's what this is about. That's why you do it. Most of the videos here, guaranteed, most of the videos you'll watch that will teach you how to generate income for retirement, they're just giving you, you know, a list or whatever. Then you have to go out and do it in a form that, you know, they don't show you. They tell you, they don't show you. But this channel is all about telling you and showing you at the same time, and doing together. So we have 3. So you can contact me and we can do it. We can do it. We can do this together. You can be Muhammad like that. You have some opportunities for us, and we have some opportunities for you. We can help one another. We can just make sure that we are working together. Let's squad up. Let's team up. Let's partner. Real estate is a team sport. That's why I did this channel, because I realized that I need multiple people to execute on these deals. Like this school, he might be able to kind of guide us, but we need other people, other players. He's not the end all be all to make sure that we get that project started. There's a school that is vacant. You know, maybe he has some ideas that that we can put our heads together and we can kind of get it done. Maybe you also have, you know, something to bring to the table to get that deal done. So let's work together. Let's make sure that we are teaming up, making sure that we're all making moves that generate retirement income. So we do. All right. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'll see you on another video today. I'm not waiting till tomorrow. I'm going to record another video for you today. Ton of content coming out your way in the next video right now. Thanks.